Aye, against, thanks, that's carried. Now we'll do this Community Board Part A report and then we'll have a break. Okay? Second it? It's been all over the place, isn't it? And it's CRAF money that doesn't really...
Yeah, so it's CRAF money, yeah.
Can I just note that I own a property about 200 metres from this intersection? I don't think there's an issue, but I'm just raising it just for the transparency.
Yeah. Okay, is there any, it's fairly self-explanatory. Has anyone got any questions of staff that would like to, Yanni, please?
Yeah, cool. And can I thank you for sending the memo through? Like, it was really cool to get the memo around the major cycleway that was going through here and the design options that you've got. From my reading of the report, you've... Sorry, what? Did you want to...
No, go ahead.
So in 4.42, it says that the Southern Lights cycleway is proposed for the Strickland Street connecting Quarryman's Trail with the cycleway on Tennyson Street. And these changes have been developed in conjunction with early design optioneerings for the major cycleway route. In the memo that you've provided, there's a number of options around the MCR, including one called the full MCR. Is the design that's been put in place the full MCR design, or is it able, like, can you just tell us the difference between what the full MCR design is and what the option is that's going there, and then what the changes would be required in terms of going forward?
These are two separate things. So the
Sorry,
MCR options...
Separate, it's in the report.
Yeah,
the options for the MCR were developed as a way of future-proofing this work for anything that came later. So my understanding is that any of the options that were produced could be, for the MCR, could be put in with this in place. I think one of the options, my understanding, there's a small modification to the end of that median island on the southern side of Strickland Street. But other than that, all the rest of them can be put in with no changes to this. So that was the plan. We were trying to come up with something that was future-proof for when the MCR came.
So basically, you wouldn't expect any double digging.
Yeah, like Yanni, they've answered the question. Have you got one more precise question, please? Otherwise, we'll go on for you.
Yeah. So basically, in terms of what happens with the services and things like that, any work that would have to be done at a later stage is not going to undermine the work that you're doing now as part of this proposal.
It shouldn't do. I mean, it's still any MCR designs are still subject to consultation and decisions from council. So I can't 100% hand on heart say that it won't change, but the plan is that it's been designed in such a way that it shouldn't.
Thank you, Jacob. Thank you, Yanni. Tim, you've got as the... Well, now's a good time.
Look, as one of the councillors that represents the area, Sarah Templeton's board is on part of the road and Melanie's is just down the road. So as a community board, we were fully informed of this and fully supportive of it. It's a really sensitive area. It's got commercial, residential, a lot of entertainment, and it is highly sensitive to go through there. So I think the staff have done an outstanding job. Their communication with both the residents and the commercial activity there has been really, really good, and that helped us make our decisions based on the information coming back both by residents and the commercial sector. So irrelevant of MCRs or whatever, this area needed to be looked at, to be made safer. They've done an outstanding job, and as we all admit, that it's not the silver bullet that will solve all the problems, but it is a really good step forward, and whatever happens in the future, happens in the future. But I'm really pleased to move this, and thank my colleagues for supporting it, and let's move forward positively. So thank you.
So, Jacob, one wee question from me is the Strickland Street is going to be the main action, so to speak, and Somerfield will, because of those lumps, be sort of the secondary, the quieter road. Is that how it's nutted out to be? I actually went down to Moon Underwater last night and did a recce, and I didn't break anything. A nice pub too, but that'll make Somerfield Street sort of the side road, for want of a better word, rather than it all mashing together in one place. Is that?
That's essentially the plan. It's also, that's the crossing point across Somerfield Street there. So it's to slow people down at that crossing point, because people do come through there quite quickly.
So I won't mention the speed humps then. Okay, rightio. So, okay, so Yanni, did you have one more question? I saw your hand up and then I'm going to put it.
So the information's really, really good that you've, like the memo that you've sent, and I know in the memo it says that that is public. I'm just trying to understand why this is public, but the other MCRs in my area are not. And as you'll be aware, I've been trying to get similar information around the other
Yanni,
MCRs.
is that a scope for what we're talking about here?
Oh,
Okay,
well,
this is an
I'll
intersection.
talk
I'm sorry.
about it in debate then. It's fine.
We're in debate.
All right. Well, can I just start? Like, I think it's really heartening to see that there has been some public transparency around the MCR, around the Southern Lights intersection. Because this project, although it's a CRAF project, you can read in the report that it is actually directly related to the future MCR going through here. And I think the idea that we would work with the community in a transparent and engaged process around the design is something that should be commended. And so I will again say that I think it's excellent that you've engaged with the local community around options for this area, but also in terms of stopping double digging in some of the other parts of the city, it would be really good to have the same transparency on other routes and other projects that we're doing around MCRs. And I cannot understand the inconsistency why on one side of the city we've got really good transparency and on the other side we don't. So I welcome the memo that was sent by staff. Thank you for answering the questions I had. I think it is a good solution to address what is not a good design of an intersection at the moment, and I support doing these works.
Okay. Righto, thank you for that. So we've got a mover and seconder. I'll put that. All those in favour? Aye. Against? Thank you, that's carried. Excellent. So we will now